Hey cousins, welcome to another video from Loving Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. I'm Ruby Baby, and in this video I have some information that I want to share and a make that I want to share. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. First I want to share something that I've done. So back around Christmas time, back around Christmas time, you remember I did a craft fair with Mima, and we met some wonderful people, and there was somebody there who asked me if I can potentially fix a blanket that had lost its stitches. So she was saying, you know, I have a blanket and it kind of ripped, and I don't know, she didn't know how it ripped, and she was asking me if I can fix it, and I was like, well, let me see it and we'll see what we can do. Well, after Christmas, I said, well, I told her to check back in after the holiday season so I would have more time to focus on her project. So when she reached out to me at the beginning of the year, of course, I was sick, and so we had to push it back again, and we finally got in touch with each other and coordinated a time where we can meet. And so she sent me a picture of it, and it was like a striped blanket, and it was ripped at the color change. And so I didn't, from the picture she sent me, I wasn't sure what I would be able to do with it, but I was willing to accept the challenge. So we coordinated time, and I said, you know what, better yet, let's meet at Michael's, which is like a Michael's, it's a craft store, but it's so that she didn't have to drive all the way to me, and I didn't have to drive all out of my way to get to her. It was kind of like a nice meeting space, because it was a Michael's that I pass when I'm on my way home. So I figured we stop at Michael's, so therefore if I needed any kind of material, any type of yarn or anything like that, we would be in a perfect place to match yarn and see what we can do. So we met, and she showed me the blanket, and I looked at it, and I was like, let me take it home and see what I can do. So we coordinated some time and things like that. So I finally took the time to check it out and see what I can do. And what it looked like was, it literally came apart at the color change, and the stitches had unraveled. So I literally did surgery on this blanket, and I am so proud of myself. First of all, I really put this blanket back together. When we were at the store, when I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, I may be able to kind of put it back together without needing any yarn. So we didn't buy anything while we were at the store. So I came home, I laid it out, and I studied it, and I actually fixed it. So I don't have the blanket now because I already met with her and gave it back to her. But I did take pictures, and I did try to take video of what I was actually doing. So maybe at a later date, I think I will really try to put the little pictures and things like that together and try to make a little tutorial. But I do have pictures to show you what it looked like, and I have pictures to show you of what it looks like once I had finished it. And basically it was the top stitches and the bottom stitches, but in my mind I was able, and I just took it one step at a time. I was like, which is the easiest part to kind of put together? So I was looking at how the stitches were kind of already bent and stuff like that, and I was able to recreate one of the rows. And I was like, okay, if I can recreate one row, perhaps I can either unravel or recrochet up the row. That was my initial thought, but it didn't work out like that, because once I completed the row I was able to restore, I was at the bottom portion of the next row. So I couldn't figure out how to loop them in and make it appear seamless until I kept trying little things here and there, and I actually did it. So here's a picture of the blanket. I'll show you a before and after. Here's a before and here's an after of what I've done. Isn't that amazing? Like, I am so proud of myself because I really I had no idea. Like, you know, I know crochet, I understand crochet, but I had never had a situation like that or had a circumstance where the stitches came apart. And oddly enough, I tried to YouTube and Google like how to mend crochet, or I found a lot of like how to restore a granny square or something like that, or how to sew up a hole in your crochet, like if the yarn was cut or something like that. But I hadn't seen anything if it like came apart at the stitches. So I'm you know, I'm pretty impressed with myself. But yeah, so I'll definitely try to put something together, and I'll show you the video, you know, show the footage and everything that I did, because I, like I said, I was trying to show my hands, and you know, so maybe if I can maybe put the little string the videos that I did take, string them together, and maybe do some voiceovers, I can better explain and show what I'm doing in case it ever happens to you guys and you might want to, you know, try to restore it. So that was that. And then I made this. I've been wanting to make one of these all season long, and I just never had a chance to do it. It's like the turtleneck hood or whatever. And I really like this piece. I might even incorporate it in my, you know, in the stuff that I sell, but it took me a long time to make this for some reason. I don't know. You know, it's the I'm pretty sure you guys seen these around because everybody was making them. I was seeing them everywhere. Little turtleneck hoodie or whatever. It's all one piece, and you know, you can have it up like that, you know, covering your face, or you can, you know, slouch it down if you want to slouch it down, or you can fold it. Most of the displays that I've seen, I've always seen it folded. But yeah, and I used the Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in Beret Day to make this one. What else? And it took almost two whole skeins to do it. That's nothing. It takes a lot of yarn too. This is how much I had left of that yarn when I was done with the second skein. I do like it, but it's actually a lot of work. Let's see, take it off. So yeah, so, and I've seen a couple of tutorials of people making it, and there's a bunch of tutorials out there. So, but this is what it looks like in one piece. But a lot of tutorials were telling you to you make this portion first, like the neck portion. You make this first, and then you fasten off, and then you reconnect because of the seam. But like I mean, I have a seam, and maybe it's the yarn I used, but you really can't tell. So I kept going. I didn't disconnect it, and I didn't disconnect it. And see, when I stretch it, you can see it. But maybe because this yarn is so busy, you really can't see the seam in the front or whatever. And then, you know, and then you work back and forth in rows. And then you seam the top. You seam the top here. And yeah, and then you do that, and like, and that was another thing, and like all the tutorials I was seeing, like they was fastening it off and then seaming it, but I didn't unfasten it at all. I did it all in one complete piece, and I have one string to weave in, and that was that at the top. But yeah, I really like this. This is really pretty. And then I have one more thing I want to show you guys. I'm gonna put this back on because I'm cold, so I know Blaze is cold in here. I don't know if you can hear my space heater going, but it is going because my craft room is always cold. So yeah, so you put it on like this, but you I think I did it wrong already. Yeah, you flip it up. Yeah, it's got the little flip up when you put it on, and then you can fold it over like that, and then put it on like that. Oh, and then you give it the little foldy rolly like that. Bam. Okay, so one more thing I want to share with you guys. I did want to show my Setta's Cow project for the month of February, for Black History Month. Do you like my sweater too? Like, I bumped into an old friend, and this is somebody who, like, God must have like a destiny for the two of us, because it's like we see each other, we lose each other, we see each other, we lose each other, and it's just like one of those things. So I had met her back when I was like a teenager, like, or young adult rather, and I was working for an income tax firm, and she was one of the clients. And, you know, we kind of kicked it off and hit it off from there or whatever. And eventually I started working for her, doing like insurance things or whatever. But she's always been like entrepreneurial minded and things like that, and just always had like a bubbly attitude, like just very pleasant person to be around. But you know, like I said, we stay in touch, we lose touch, we stay in touch, we lose touch. Anyway, long story short, eventually, like, after I stopped working for her, I lost contact with her again. And then at one point we started going to the same church, and so we would, you know, see each other then. And then, you know, we lost contact again. So anyway, long story short, she started this clothing line called God is Great. And it was just such a, like, I knew she had the line, and I had never had a chance to purchase anything. But recently, my son had a school dance, and it was his first middle school dance. And so I was at the mall, like, trying to find him something to wear, because I asked the boy what he wanted to wear, and he was like, he wanted to wear a tuxedo. I said, you're not getting married, like, it's a middle school dance, like, let's scale it back a bit. So he was like, I was like, how about a suit? And he said, yeah, let's do a suit. So I mean, and my guy is small, so it's like, okay, where can I go to find a suit? And I had went to one mall, and oddly enough, this mall didn't really have a lot of stores that sold boys clothes. So I had to go another day, like go the next day to another mall. So I went to this mall, and it just so happened that this mall is where she sold, like, she had a store in the mall selling her product line. So as I passed her store, I saw her in there, and I was like, oh my God, there go my friend. So, you know, I walked in, we socialized, we hugged, we embraced, and it was like, you know, such a good reunion, right? And then I spent all my money, and I like bought as many things as I possibly could, not only just to support her business because I'm proud of her, but, like, you know, because it's cute, right? So long story short, got the suit for my boy, got back in touch with my friend, and in light of Black History Month, I had already made something for Black History Month, and let me show you real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. So back to the cow. So so here's the calendar. Here's the calendar inspiration for February from Setta's Cow. So I got my calendar because I didn't have it the last time. But look at all these gorgeous women. And I absolutely love this month. And so this was the inspiration for Setta's Cow. And initially, I was thinking, like, I knew this month was going to be busy. It's quite a few things going on. And I already had something made. So I said, if worst comes to worst, I'll fall back on that. And that was these earrings that I made, because I made a bunch of these earrings, and I haven't put them in the shop yet. But I started taking pictures of them so that I can load them to the shop. So these will be loaded. So these were the, I think they call it the nest egg earrings or whatever. But you know, they're the eggs, and here's the nest that I made with wire. And yeah, so I was gonna use that as my inspiration for Black History Month. And then I also had this tote that I also could have displayed for my Black History, which I still might, because I love her. I love her little curls. I love this whole look. So I still have this tote that I was gonna display. But in seeing my friend again, I was super inspired to make a tote based off of her. So I'm gonna show you a little clip that I stole off of Instagram just so you can see my friend. You can see what a beautiful soul she is, and then I'm gonna show you the bag. Okay, so check this out.
Happy Black History Month, everybody. My name is Lunik, and I am the founder of God is Great Apparel and A Day at a Time NJ. I want you guys to know that Black History Month is not just to be celebrated for 1 month. Black history is being made every single day by so many amazing people of color. Listen, I am elated because I just received the Dr. Martin Luther King Impact Award from the state of New Jersey, the commissioner's office, the mayor's office, and of course, St. Joseph's Hospital. I want you guys to know that you too can impact your community in however way you see fit. I love you. Again, happy Black History Month, and continue to do great work. Mwah!
Right? Like, isn't she adorable? So anyway, I made a bag, and I actually got to take some of these suits back, because when I did go to the mall and find the suits, I couldn't tell which size would be better for my boy. So I bought 2 sets of everything when I went to the store. So I actually have to go to the mall and take everything back. So when I take everything back, I want to present her with this because she inspired me. Look. I love it. Now, she's not really this dark, and okay, there you go. I'm trying to get the light to hit her right so you can see her. But you know, she got the big black square glasses or whatever, but I just love this. And I love, you know, of course, you know, she had some dealing, she had some, you know, some sickness or whatever, and you know, actually, I think when she lost her hair, she just continued to stay that way. So she's more that way now by choice. And I think it's beautiful, and she's beautiful. And so I made one modeled after her. And yeah, so I made these earrings. I think these earrings are really cute too. The little fringe earrings or whatever. But isn't this cute? So I am going to present, I'm going to gift this to her when I see her sometime in the week when I'm able to make it to the mall. But yeah, so this is going to be my entry for Setta's Cal for the month of February. And yeah, I usually don't you know, I usually don't have my boys, you know, on the videos with me or anything like that, but I'm gonna tell you something. My boy was dapper, and I think I'm gonna share a picture with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, he took some pictures. I'm not gonna embarrass him in case he does see these pictures, but I just, you know, I just want to show y'all how cute my boy was. So enjoy those pictures, and that's it for now. And until I see you again, March is coming up, so my 3-year YouTube anniversary, podiversary, whatever, that's coming up soon. I'm trying to put a really nice giveaway for you guys, so stay tuned for that, because that's coming very soon. And I think that's officially it, okay, because that's all I could think of for now. And so I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.